Let's go, dude. Who's here? People here? Are there people here? If you're here, let me know. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. We're here. We're here. We're here. You guys are still here. Sorry. Everybody is here still. Who is here still? Let me know if you're here. Okay, if you're here, go ahead and just put bear emojis in the chat. If you're here, put bear emojis in the chizzity chat. Chizzity chat. Okay, Queen Trip. All right. Okay. Alrighty, Maniti. Oh, okay. I see you guys. You guys are here. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know what was happening. Hopefully it's better now. You know what I'm saying? My camera is an iPhone that's connected and has internet through Wi-Fi. I think that maybe my children upstairs using all of their devices with the Wi-Fi was slowing down the camera's Wi-Fi, which then maybe made stuff glitchy. I'm not sure. If you're here, you know what I'm saying? It's all gravy, baby. You're right, Scotty. It is all gravy. Baby. Gravy, she says. Get out of here, bruh. Gravy. Gravy. You know. All right. Here we are. We're back now. Misty, what's up? We're back in business. If you're on Facebook, please smash the like button, bruh. Please comment your location. I like to see where everybody is. Slightly echoing. I know. I know. Thank you. I have that unmuted. We were listening to a video, so I had this shit unmuted. We were listening to this Catholic priest say, "Oh, anti-Semitism is witchcraft." You know what I'm saying? What's up, dude? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Florida checking in. Hell yeah. Let's listen to this. Dr. Ben Carson urges, do not allow what was done during COVID to be swept under the rug. Dr. Fauci admitted there was no science behind any of what he was saying. We know the side effects from COVID vaccinations far exceed anything else in the last 30 years combined. Do you guys agree? I definitely agree. Let's hear what old Bill or Dr. Ben Carson has to say.
You know, for several years, we've had to put up also with a lot of lies and obfuscations that really have disrupted public trust. And of course, I think of COVID. You know, here we have a situation where Dr. Fauci et al. Said, don't need to wear a mask. Then, well, you do need to wear a mask. Maybe you need to wear two masks. Or a mask made up, but eventually admitting that there was no science behind any of what he was saying, and telling people that, you know, if you get the shot, you can't transmit the disease. There are no real side effects, where of course we know that the side effects of COVID vaccinations far exceeded anything else in the last 30 years combined. We haven't been truthful about that. It's important for us to lend our voices to that, not to just let it be.
What's going on with old Dr. Fauci, huh?
Dr. Prasad in December 2015, where apparently within FDA you're reviewing a memo that is apparently from CBER Director Dr. Prasad in December 2015, where apparently within FDA you're reviewing, I think it's 96 autopsies of child death following the COVID mRNA injection. In that memo, Dr. Prasad writes, "This is a profound revelation. For the first time, the U.S. FDA will acknowledge that COVID-19 vaccines killed American children. Healthy young children who faced tremendously low risk of death were coerced at the behest of the Biden administration via school and work mandates to receive a vaccine that could result in death. In many cases, such mandates were harmful. It is difficult."
Natasha, Alec, Cindy, Misty, what's up? Who's on Facebook, you guys? You guys on Facebook? Please say what's up in the chat. We got 12 people on Facebook. We don't usually get that much for some reason. Because Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like me, bro. Because I'm a positive content creator. Can't you tell? I'm one of those, like, talk about God and love and spirituality type content creators. So they don't really like those kind of people. They want people to, like, gamble and watch porn and like do drugs and stuff, you know? Ronald, what's up? Ronald, what's up? From New Zealand, let's go. Prestige. Worldwide.
It is difficult to read cases where kids 7 to 16 may be dead.
What's good, everybody?
As a result of COVID vaccines. Putting these facts together, it is horrifying to consider the U.S. vaccine regulation, including our actions, may have harmed more children than we saved. This requires humility and introspection. It requires oversight. And so I wrote a letter to you and your agency back on December 15th. Of the 10 responses, I got 3 out of 10. No responses, no response in terms of the documents I requested. So I'm asking you, please, will you commit to responding fully to my December oversight letter?
100, you have my 100.
It's kind of crazy, bro. We all know the whole world changed after COVID, bro. The whole world changed after COVID, whether it was for the good or the worse, or for better or for worse. I think that just really shook up everything, especially if you're on the side that... What's up, Zoe and Mary Jane? What's up, Zoe? What's up, Mary Jane? You guys got this. Prestige worldwide. Team Human in the house. We got little humans up in here. Let's go. Try to keep the cursing down. I curse in front of my kids, but let's just watch this little clip. It's simple. They chip all of you, make societies cashless, put all the money on the chip, and then you will do exactly as you're told, or they will turn off the chip and you don't eat. I said that yesterday so many times when I was talking to Kevin. Do you guys remember that? Who was here for yesterday's conversation or seen yesterday's conversation with Kevin is a human? I said that multiple times, that like it's going to get where like they just turn off your ability to just like buy food, bro. Like that's what these currencies are. That's like the goal, bro. The goal is to get it to where that they can basically force obedience for your survival, because if you don't obey, then they will turn off your ability to purchase food and live and just be a human. So let's watch this little clipper.
Hey everybody, how's the New World Order treating you?
How is this even legal? That's what I want to know. Are you recorded?
Do you need help?
I don't know. Do I? What? So this is a reverse ATM. People come with cash and they can't use it. They have
Correct.
to come here.
Correct.
That's
It's a
just cool.
cashless building.
I have never seen a reverse ATM. So the idea is it works just like a regular ATM, but instead of putting in your card and getting cash, you put in your cash and get a card.
But also, because it's a regular debit Visa card, you can use it outside of the building.
Okay.
So if you wanted to go to Walmart or McDonald's or Target,
Yeah.
wherever you want to spend your money,
Yeah.
it's just a regular debit Visa card.
A growing number of businesses will not even accept cash anymore.
Yeah, they are starting to set up reverse ATMs that quickly turns cash into a prepaid debit card to be used on the fly. And Dre Clark explains from New York City. Dre, I've never heard of this. Mitch has never heard of this. What's it about?
Yeah, you know, I never heard of it either until I read about it last night. It's relatively new, but it's slowly but surely catching on. You know, cash is really still king, but reverse ATMs are definitely the way of the future as more businesses look for ways to go cashless. here at Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, they already have machines inside the arena that can actually convert your cash into a debit card here. Now, here you can see exactly how it works. You load money into a kiosk like you see here, and within seconds, you can get a receipt confirming your conversion and a prepaid active card. Many of the prepaid cards are either MasterCard or Visa, and you can use them anywhere where those cards are accepted. Some kiosks may actually charge you a $5 fee for the card. Meanwhile, amusement parks, fast food restaurants, and many professional sports venues are already using the cash to card kiosks.
Because a digital currency, and this is all accepted, this is not theory, is programmable. They can program a digital currency to mean you can only spend it on certain things and you can't spend it on others not designated by the government. And it's programmable so it can only be spent in a certain area. So if you go outside of your zone, your money won't work. And not only that, it means that when you go past one of these number plate cameras, when you quote shouldn't, you won't be able to challenge the fine, because the fine will be taken out of your digital account the moment you transgress. This is what's happening.
How fucking crazy does that sound, bro? Melissa Clark's in the house. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? Melissa Clark, what's good? But how to think of it like that, you know? These Palantir-powered cameras will just see you jaywalk. They will know that it's you, and without any correspondence, all of a sudden the fine for jaywalking will just be taken out of your account. And then they make it so you have to, they can just kind of corral you into a certain area where your ability to spend money doesn't work outside of that area. Then why would you ever leave? For real. And then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we actually don't want you to be able to purchase vitamins anymore of this nature, that nature, the ones that are, we don't want you to be able to get this type of thing because it's actually good for you, and we want you to take the pharmaceuticals, so we're just going to go ahead and turn off the ability for this currency to be spent on those things. And when I was sitting here watching those ATMs, bro, if I'm being honest with you, I guarantee, this is allegedly just my opinion, but I guarantee that those are specifically set up to make it so that they can remove the cash from the society, so the cashless society will happen faster. You know what I'm saying? You go in and put the cash into that ATM, that cash probably never circulates in society ever again. Maybe I'm off base, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the chat. Oh yeah, let's watch this one. A man has become one of the 450,000 Americans affected by alpha-gal syndrome, a tick-borne meat allergy that triggers painful allergic reactions to animal products. Look at my face, look at my neck, I can't eat meat. Let's just hear what he has to say. You know, the ticks, everyone's been talking about the ticks. And the ticks potentially and allegedly being bioengineered to give humans alpha-gal syndrome, which makes you highly allergic to anything that is a byproduct from an animal. Maybe allegedly they were modified to give you this alpha-gal syndrome so that they can force us to eat lab-grown meat. Maybe, allegedly, in my opinion.
My question I ask you is, what fucking what purpose do ticks have? Look at my face and my neck. I can't eat red meat anymore. I can't have any animal byproducts in anything. And it's in everything. This is alpha-gal syndrome. This is fucked up, man. Fuck ticks. I love to go hiking. This is fucking crazy.
It's fucking sad, bro. It's sad. It's scary, bro. It's sad, bro. Like, what the fuck is actually happening? Like, what? Like, literally ask yourself, bro. Like, look at the world in front of you, bro. There's so many problems, bro. That's why I continuously say the time is now to start changing behaviors. The time is now to start getting your health in order. The time is now to start fucking finding some sort of spiritual path. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not 3 months from now. It's every single fucking day with every choice that you make, bro. They're coming for you, bro. In every capacity, bro. They, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. They. Yeah, the ones that want us to be slaves. Even more than this matrix makes us. Even more than the slavery we experience in this matrix currently is this 9 to 5 just machine of slavery. While the rich get richer, we just keep spending all of our energy to keep the machine going. They're coming for us, bro. The time is now to prioritize you, your health, your family, your loved ones. Get rid of the plastic utensils. Get rid of all of the plastic cookingware. Get rid of all of the harmful chemicals. Download Buyer so you know where your money is going. For everybody who doesn't know, let me go ahead and just pull it up real fast for you, bud. Download Buyer. It's a free app, bro. You can scan anything that has a barcode. It will tell you if it's good for you, if it's healthy for you, who owns the who owns the product. You can do research on who owns the product, and then you can just start voting and contributing to companies that care about us. You could almost guarantee that this family-owned Arizona beverage cares about us way more than fucking Heinz Kraft, which is a freaking mega corporation, right? So stop buying the mega corporation stuff. And, you know, at first you're going to, you know, it's free. You can't beat it, bro. There's 1.5 billion products in this app. Anything that has a barcode, bro, you can, one, if it's a food product, know if it's bad for you. Hygiene product, know if it's bad for you. Makeup, know if it's bad for you. It's a no-brainer. Because, to be honest, there's so much poison everywhere. Most of us probably have no idea that majority of the products we consume, even if they are healthy for us, we're just paying corporations that don't give a shit. We're paying corporations that are sourcing their resources from a third world country where they're like using kids for slaves to work nonstop to get the resource that they sell to us in America. Like, that's how today, right now, we can start making changes in the way that we see, is start giving our hard-earned money to companies that don't seem to be a part of this elite. And you can guarantee every owner of a mega corporation is in those elite Epstein-style circles, bro. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Shout out Buyer. It's the Epstein class. You're right.
Well, one thing we do know is that when Biden left office, he was granted this very bizarre pardon where he got a pardon that goes back to 2014 for crimes he was never accused of, never convicted. I mean, they're talking about Dr. Fauci. Got to be one of the first times that anybody's ever been pardoned.
Yeah, and I think it should be challenged. And so we have, under the Biden administration, I sent criminal referrals for Anthony Fauci to Merrick Garland twice, and I sent them evidence that he had lied to Congress, which was a felony. They just ignored me. I've been working with Bobby Kennedy. He's been very.
You're good, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being 100% honest with you, everybody's got their little goy slop, you know what I mean? I like Celsius. My wife likes Celsius. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's got a little goy slop that they like to indulge in. Just is what it is.
Very helpful on this. I have good relationship with him. He's given us a lot of information, and we've looked at the communications. And in Anthony Fauci's communications, we now have evidence that he was telling people like Francis Collins, read this and destroy it. Well, you can't do that. The executive branch, when they communicate, they're required to keep their communications, and they're required to do it on government devices. So we have this evidence, and I've summarized it again in a criminal referral to Trump's Attorney General, and I still haven't got.
Wait a second. You're talking about this one? I told you I brought some books today, player. Yeah, The Real Anthony Fauci. You definitely should probably read this. I've read a little bit of it, not the whole thing. Currently, I'm reading. I've started a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? I'm like a TV kind of reader. So like I start a whole bunch of books and kind of like changing the TV channel. I just switch between some of them. You know what I'm saying? The Real Anthony Fauci. Definitely got to get that book. I pulled out the Torah and The Real Anthony Fauci. Sheesh. What's up, Redwood? We're just listening to a clip real fast.
In action. But there's a couple reasons we should do it. One, he shouldn't get away with lying. He shouldn't get away with destroying records. But two, we should check the pardon. Is an auto pen pardon valid? And is a pardon a retrospective pardon back 10 years that doesn't mention a crime? Can you give people a pardon for everything they did in 10-year period? I can't imagine, and I think the court might narrow that. But it doesn't happen unless the Trump Justice Department will do something. And I've been sending them referrals, and I can't get them to do anything. I can't guarantee they'll win. They might lose, but they ought to go to court. Take it to court.
Yeah, doesn't it seem weird how they can like pardon people for 10 years? I thought potentially pardons were like for a specific crime, not for like 10-year period. It's like anything you did in 10 years, you were good. What? And I come from that background of being inside of correctional institutions majority of my adult life. So I kind of have an inside perspective. And from what I understand about pardons, it doesn't really work like that. It's like you're being pardoned for a crime that you've already been convicted of, not crimes that you allegedly have already done. You know what I'm saying? Seems weird. Seems sus. Oh yeah, I just want to show you this fucking shit. This shit looks so sick, dude. This is Vesak lanterns in Sri Lanka for the Vesak festival. These are the most iconic visual symbols of the Vesak festival in Sri Lanka, the holiest Buddhist holiday commemorating the birth, the enlightenment, and the passing of Lord Buddha. This shit is dope, bro. Ready? Can I get some aliens in the chat, bro? Because we're omnists, right? We're not religious, bro. We're spiritual humans that can find truth in any sort of spiritual concept. We're omnists. At least that's what I am. If that's you too, somehow maybe say you're an omniist or whatever it may be. But I believe that God is many different forms, and God brings his message to you in whatever way that might be applicable for you. And I guarantee what's applicable for you is not applicable for me in every capacity of conversation of spiritual concepts that we could possibly even have. I think that potentially the word God is actually been misused and correctly used by many different generations. I definitely think that if you follow and listen to the teachings of Buddha, and you are truly spiritual enough to read some other religious or spiritual beliefs than your own personal beliefs, and you do that really with anything, like I said, I bought the Torah, bro. This is like a Jewish scripture. And even though I don't resonate with any sort of what the Jewish culture or religion believes, I'm still going to read it with an open mind and try and learn, because I guarantee you there's going to be a whole bunch of times where I'm reading and I'm like, damn, I'm going to get cold chills and shit. Because there's truth in all of it. An omniist. Okay, check this out. There's no sound really. But look at this, dude. What the fuck is this lantern, bro? Are you seeing this, my dude? What the fuck? The craziest shit. That shit is so dope, bro. I don't care who you are, bro. That shit is so dope. It's for fucking Buddha. It's a commemoration for Buddha, bro. It's sick, dude. Look how intricate and how many moving pieces there are, bro. You could just looking at it and not really even knowing if it was for Buddha. It's still just memorizing, bro. Look at like all the moving pieces, dude. The peacocks, flowers of life, it's all the sacred geometry, the mechanics to even get this thing to spin in multiple different directions, and the gravitational knowledge of, oh, it's so crazy. I seen it and I was like, dude, I have to show this to them. Oh yeah, this is weird. Germany's new fusion reactor might power the entire planet by 2040, and it will soon be connected to the electrical grid. That looks like a fucking eye, bro. Okay, so changing. Grok said that no operational German fusion reactor exists that will soon feed the grid. They're basically saying they never said nothing about it being a power plant and that it has zero plans for grid connection. That's still pretty crazy. Kind of looks like a fucking Cerebim, right? At least it does to me. It looks like a Cerebim. But it's supposedly a nuclear fusion thing. Weird. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this because I don't know what it is, and we're gonna do a little bit of research freaking right here about what this says. It says, whenever you feel sad, remember that there are tiny kinsin proteins doing their best to make you happy. I don't want to have sound. Could be copyrighted. Well, we're just gonna ask Perplexity, what is why is this applicable? You can see here, like, the protein or whatever that may be looks like it's just like trying to walk and just bring something over there. So we're gonna find out what this is. Okay, so I seen a video on the internet that says, whenever you feel sad, remember that there are tiny kinsin proteins doing their best to make you happy. And the video shows like something that looks like potentially the protein taking little tiny baby steps, carrying something across a cord of some kind at the subatomic level. Can you explain to me what a kinsin protein and how that is applicable to making me happy?
Sure thing. Kinesin proteins are tiny molecular motor proteins found in our cells. They walk along structures called microtubules, carrying cellular cargo like vesicles and organelles from the center of the cell to the outer edges. This process is powered by ATP, the cell's energy currency. It's essential for tasks like transporting materials in neurons, aiding cell division, and overall cellular function. Now, the video you saw might be drawing a metaphor between these hardworking proteins and your mood. Scientifically, kinesin proteins don't directly make us happy. They are crucial for cellular health, especially in neurons, which could indirectly support brain function and thus our overall well-being. But there isn't evidence that kinesins themselves directly influence emotions. The connection to happiness is more poetic. Just as kinesins tirelessly transport cargo to keep cells functioning, there are countless processes inside you working to keep you going. If you're feeling sad or distressed, it can be helpful to focus on the amazing complexity of your body that keeps you alive and functioning. And if sadness persists or feels overwhelming, it's important to speak with a trusted friend, counselor, or mental.
It's cool, huh? It's pretty dope. I thought it was pretty dope. Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. If you're feeling sad, just remember that there's these little proteins in your body, bro. Just doing whatever it can to keep your cells healthy, dude. Oh, yeah, I fucking hate this dude. I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this for a little bit. We got to talk about this douchebag for a little bit. I'm sorry.
Many of your work colleagues have said that you show up for work under the influence of alcohol or drunk. I know you've denied that, but you would agree with me, right, that if that was the case, that would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense.
Senator, those are all anonymous false claims, and the totality.
They're not anonymous.
The letters on the record here.
They're not anonymous.
On the record,
We've seen records with names
Vets for
attached to
Freedom,
them.
Concerned Vets for America, and Fox News.
One of your colleagues
working
said,
hard every day on behalf.
One of your
mission.
colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took co-workers to a strip club. You were drunk, you tried to dance with strippers, you had to be held off the stage, and one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. Now, I know you deny these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous. And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous
shit, your mom, G.
Multiple
Yo, fucking mama, G. Fuck you.
Names of colleagues consistently throughout your career that have talked about your abusive actions and attitudes.
I think he's over his time. He's way over it.
Yo, fucking mom told on you, G. You are a piece of shit. Because you have to be a piece of shit to get your mama to hate you. Your mama's gonna tell the cops on you, bro? You're the Secretary of Defense and your mama told on you, bro? What a loser. What a fucking loser, dude.
Sir.
I fucking hate that dude. For real, bro. I don't like him, bro. Yo, mama, G? Shit. Shout out to that congressman, for real. That congressman's a G, bro. He's like, and your mama told on you too, homie. We got a statement from your mom. This shit's funny. Alright. Yeah. Think what you will. Elon Musk, whether he's an alien pedophile, went to Epstein's Island. He's a piece of shit billionaire. He just is trying to spread his seed. I heard a crazy rumor from the girl who's his like baby mom, and she's like on the, what's her name? Someone in here knows. She's like talking. It's Elon's baby mom. She's like talking crazy on the internet on X. She'd be saying some wild shit. Fuck, I can't remember her name. Yep, that's her. St. Clair. And she said that when her and Elon hooked up, that right after Elon turned to her and told her to pick a name, almost as if he knew that she was pregnant. That's weird, right? All right. Holy shit. Doge reveals that the Department of Treasury was spending around $5 trillion a year without any budget codes. All right. I want a refund immediately. They're basically partying on taxpayers' dollars.
So actually, a lot of great work at the Treasury this week. One of the crazy things with regards to the Treasury is that when a payment is made, and the computers at the Treasury actually pay about $5 trillion per year, like crazy amounts, there was formerly not a budget code on there. So if a payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for. It could have been for anything. Yeah. $4 billion COVID fund in the Department of Education. And there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us. They found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that Doge made with Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made. You must upload your receipt. And upon doing that, nobody drew down any money.
We didn't send a receipt. You could send a fake receipt. You could send a picture of your dog. Anything. Anything. But as soon as we asked for anything at all, suddenly the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's Palace.
Yes, they were like basically partying on the taxpayer money. Yes.
Leasing stadiums.
Leasing stadiums.
For what?
For parties, basically.
For parties.
Yes.
That's a big party.
It's a big party.
You'd think if you were stealing, you'd start small.
They do start small. But then what happens is over the years, so generally the fraud starts out small and they try to hide it. But then year after year, if nobody stops the fraud, it gets more and more brazen. And every year it gets bigger until they're literally renting out stadiums. Like
What's $1 million to rent out a stadium?
Fraud in flagrante delicto, okay?
I mean, to be honest, it just kind of, it really does also just like make me super fucking mad when the more and more we basically are coming to find out that our own government and the people that have been in charge have basically just been doing whatever the fuck it is that they want to do, and just kind of just letting us all just kind of eat the shit end of the stick.
So you made reference earlier to...
I have to use the bathroom and go get something to drink, so I'm just going to chill and let this play. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Plus the mother of my kids is here to pick up my daughter, so I'll be right back.
Organized groups that are behind this almost inconceivable effort to make children harm themselves. Satanist groups. What are those groups?
So there's a few of them that I'm familiar with, or that I've seen, I guess is a better way to put it.
Yes.
And it just actually reminded me of a conversation I want to show you, because a lot of it's senseless. So like it's all senseless, but even if they believe that what they're doing is right. So the Order of Nine Angles is one that I believe has been around a long time.
The Order of Nine Angles?
Yeah, or O9A they go by. They believe in a thing called culling, which is like, they believe that they get power by harming other people.
They do. That's a real spiritual principle. That's what that's what abortion is. That's what human sacrifice is.
Understood.
That's what, every ancient religion was about that, from the Canaanites till present. Yeah, that is literally devil worship. You get power from hurting others.
And they believe that. I mean, they openly talk about it, and use the words culling. Culling, yeah.
O9A.
O9A, and then I saw a reference recently to NLM, No Lives Matter. And if you don't mind, I can pull it out. I want to show you this conversation because the guy is, one of them is selling tickets to his suicide. And another one is he wanted to be murdered by, suicide by cop, but instead of just letting it happen that way, he was talking to one of these cultists, and he was deciding, should he, murder a bunch of people on the way out, and what group is he gonna do it for?
Right. You don't need to. I mean, what we're watching is like, a country that needs an exorcism.
It seriously does, and that conversation, if you don't want to see it, that's okay. It's a guy that is just he's ready to end his life. And I don't support hurting yourself in any way, shape, or form. But if you're going to do that, don't bring other people out with you.
Well, the whole point of it is, suicide's an act of hostility. Anyone who's been around it can affirm that. So yeah. By the way, Jesus cast the demons, the legion of demons out of the man into the herd of pigs. What's the first thing they do? Kill themselves.
Oh yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, no, it's so obviously the product of possession. Order of Nine Angles. What does that mean? 9 angles.
I genuinely don't know.
But it's been around a while.
Been around a while, yeah. Yeah, I do know that part.
And these are groups that are just like internet groups.
Yeah, but I think Order of Nine Angles also has physical members that are not just internet. there's a combination between them and, like, let's just say 764 instead of, because there's a ton of subgroups that go underneath of it that do exactly the same thing. They have connections to these real life groups that, like, that will go out and, protest something or go burn a building down. Or have you ever heard of like, I don't want to go completely off to a different topic here, but we brought up swatting temporarily. Do you know what swatting is?
I do.
Okay, so I've been swatted 3 times just talking about these things online by these guys, and telling people that there's I got, which I don't even have a wife, but my wife is tied to a chair. I got bombs in the windows, and I'm going to kill any cop that comes in the door. And, I request these 911 calls because I know the cops in the area. You could do Freedom of Information Act or just request it from dispatch. And I hear it's not even like, it doesn't sound anything like me on any of these calls. But SWAT teams are coming to my house, and now they got the last one. They called my phone in advance and told me, hey, we got officers around the corner. Like, would you mind just coming out front to make sure everything's all good? And I'm out there with my coffee cup and did a little 360 around. And, like, they just are trying to torture me. And they've been harassing my family. They've threatened my friends. They've threatened me with death threats. They you name it, they've done it.
What I find baffling is that you and I are talking about these groups. You're naming them. They've harmed you. They've clearly harmed or killed other people. What kind of effort is there at the FBI to find these people and prosecute them?
It's just it's not. I don't think that it's a lack of passion. I think that, HSI, for example, all they're focusing on right now is immigration. Like, people are literally leaving their jobs because the actual, from what I've been told, they are, they're not focusing on investigations, especially in child crimes. They're just focusing on immigration. FBI, on the other hand, I don't think the passion isn't there. I think the problem is the resources and the skill set and the training that doesn't exist.
Well, if you have active Satanist groups trying to kill people in your country, it seems like that would be a priority. I mean, I know it's not like January 6th level priority, but like somewhere on the list, you would have to want to address that, right?
Totally understand, and they are addressing it, but not to the ability that I know that they could. So it kind of segued into me coming up with an idea, because with Sentinel Foundation, we send people all over the world to train law enforcement on how to use new tools and how to identify people the same way that I identified you. Like, the first way, it's for
What's up, you guys? What's up? Sorry. How many minutes were I gone? I was gone 5 minutes. This shit is crazy, huh? This shit is crazy. You guys want to finish watching this? It's only about 4 more minutes. I just had to use the bathroom. I had to, do the exchange. My daughter was here for the weekend, so her mom was coming to pick her up. My son is still here, but he's staying for 3 weeks. She's just going home today. I had to grab some more rocket fuel, if you know what I'm saying. Had to take a little blink ski. These are not the droids you're looking for.
First 10 minutes of our show, training law enforcement, like, how to do those things so that they could go off of an identifier, like a username or a profile photo or a phone number or whatever it may be. Let's say it's just a license plate. Or I've even had one guy, I remember the story, but he had he was like a plumber, and you could see the logo of the plumbing company and a little portion of his face. And I was able to locate him just based on where he worked. I didn't even know what city or town that he lived in or name.
This man's name is, you're right, Ryan Montgomery. Thank you, Scotty. This man's name is Ryan Montgomery. I suggest you go look up and watch this podcast, Tucker Carlson, Ryan Montgomery. Sean Ryan Montgomery. If you have kids, you definitely need to watch this.
And I went through it's simple but effective. Went through the Facebook comments of that particular business. I did a reverse image search, not face search, reverse image search of the logo for the plumbing company. Found their Facebook profile, and then was able to locate him based off of a little.
You're right. No roadblocks. Get your kids off of roadblocks. Kids are being targeted and abused and exploited and all the horrible things.
A little portion of the picture that I could identify him.
There's actually this creator who is on Roblox. His name is Schlep. I don't know if you've ever heard SHLEP. He was a kid that was groomed by one of the developers of Roblox and abused, and then became a vigilante to go back onto Roblox as a victim and save other kids and catch predators. And then, after he did that, Roblox banned his account because they knew that he was going out there to catch predators. Why would Roblox ban his account? I don't know. Do some research into it if you have children. I'm telling you.
As took a lot of legwork. There was no automation. There was no advanced technology there. But sometimes open source intelligence is simple, and sometimes it's extremely advanced.
I appreciate you, Scotty. You sent it to me on Discord. Where did you place it at? Did you send me a DM, homie? Let me go up in here real fast. Let me just find your name. Oh, this one right here? Yes, I will. I will show it. We'll show it tomorrow probably. I'll look over it. I'll find some other relatable clips. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate you, bro. I'm just so happy. If you guys are new here to Team Human, bro, let me just bring you in a little bit closer. First and foremost, if you're new here, then you might not know that this is a new camera angle. Do you guys like this camera angle better? I know the other camera angle, like when I was watching the videos with you guys and shit, it would look like from the camera angle that I was like looking at it with you. I was like looking at it on your screen. But I don't know, I just feel like it's actually easier for me to sit here and like just always be able to just reference and look at the camera so I can just looking at you, bro. I feel like it, I don't know. I don't know how it feels. Does it feel great? Feel good? It's all right. I feel you. I feel you. Because maybe I'll move this over here, and this is where I'm gonna put my cool new bookshelf, bro. And I'm gonna have it angled. You know what I'm saying? I'll have it angled so people can see the books. Because I brought a bunch of books. My tism doesn't like change either. You're right. I get in these routines and I get habitual about things, and then if something just starts, even just the smallest inconvenience just changes the trajectory of my routine or what I expected or anticipated it certain things to be, I'm just like, unacceptable. I just start to freak out. I start to get anxiety and stuff. I start fucking getting weird, bro. It's like my tism starts to just take over a little bit. Because I'm like just like this ritual person. I do routines, you know what I mean? I just pretty much roughly run the things the same way. And then I'm also the type of person that I break my whole entire day down in 15-minute increments. That way I can make sure I can do things that are necessary as well as things that I want. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing that I really do is that anytime I look at numbers, I basically simplify them all the way down to a single number by adding them consistently until I get to that one single number. And then I base some of my decisions based off of that one single number. Like the other day, actually. The other day, one of my videos actually was like 2, 3, 3, 3, 1. So I added the 2 and the 1 together, and then you get 3, 3, 3, 3. And then I figured out which all of those actually add all the way up to 12, and then you just add 1 and 2, and that's 3 anyways. But I've asked the angel number what like the angel number 3333 is, and it's basically like fucking the spirit realm was telling me that they have my back, and that this is divine timing, and that I am that I'm being protected, watched, and looked over, basically from the spirit realm. That's literally what it said. And I don't know, it actually just like fucking was so spiritually affirming, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But let's keep watching this video. Alright, guysies. Ooh, scratch the boob.
And that's why people like myself and other people that are working in this space, you know, if they're good with open source intelligence, because it doesn't just apply to child crimes, it applies to any crime. Identifying where somebody is at or what they're doing or what something is or details about a particular thing should be a skill set of all law enforcement, I believe. And we're doing a great job at that with Sentinel. But then with Pen Tester, we made a product called OSINT Pilot that, you know, it's instead of training and sending people all over the world and country, they can just conversationally talk. This is only for law enforcement, by the way. This is not for consumers. The Pen Tester product itself is for consumers, but OSINT Pilot, if your law enforcement reach out to us, we'll help you out. There's no training required. So you type in a person, let's just say it was that guy that had a...
Kaylee, Alex, or Alec, Shelly, Julia. If you're on Facebook, I am live currently right now. Kaylee was saying, is this live? Because I came late into the conversation. I am live, player. I am live, player. What's up, Team Human? I love you guys, dude. Let's get a little heart skis. Oh, shit. Love you guys. If you're here, can you guys just comment Team Human wherever platform you're on? Team Human, you know what I'm saying? We're just some humans that are just trying to figure out this weird, crazy, complex thing that we call life, bro. Being a eternal spiritual energy that has chosen to experience the human experience currently in this period of existence is sometimes just a complete fucking trip, bro. It's a trip, bro. We be tripping over dripping. Trip over drip. Oh yeah, I think somebody wanted me. I think someone was commenting, can I explain what trip over drip means? Team Humonculus, let's roll. I don't know. Who do you guys remember? Have I explained it to you guys? Do you guys want a brief explanation of what trip over drip means? Can we get aliens in the chat if you guys want to know? And then maybe put bears in the chat if you don't know. Okay, there's 2 people that don't know. There's 3 people that don't know. 4 people that don't know. Okay. Let's give a little backstory. All right, just a little backstory. So I have I'm coming up in this November as 8 years clean and sober, okay? At one point in my life, I was so strung out, I lived homeless downtown, and I was strung out on intravenous heroin and meth. So strung out that I would never shower. I was just hopping from hotel to hotel. Things were bad where I even slept in the park. I slept on the street. I would use puddle water sometimes necessary to give me my fix. I also really resonated with the gang mentality. Okay. My alter ego really struggles with this prison, incarcerated gang mentality. Not only while I was addicted was I homeless and strung out and addicted to drugs, but I was continuously committing crimes in and out of incarceration. I've spent at least 10 years of my life incarcerated. I've been on planet Earth for 38 rotations around the sun. My first time I went to jail was three months after I turned 18. So, in that culture, the word drip is a word that is just used to describe materialistic type things, like your jewelry is dripping. Look at my swag, my drip, look how much money I spent up on my clothes. And so I use that word at the end, drip, to kind of, and really just give that energy, right? That's where in my mind I see that energy. Now, I was in the beginning, and I always have been, a hippie. I've had this hippie mentality. I've been obsessed with reggae music my whole life, Bob Marley, and I've just spiritually grown so much, emotionally grown so much in the last little bit, before I even got to this position to create this brand and name Trip Over Drip. But really, Trip Over Drip is just a catchy word because trip is a word that's used predominantly in the hippie culture. Is like, oh, that's trippy, or fuck, dude, I'm tripping balls, bro, you know? Or hey, let's go trip, you know? And so it's basically just the hippie essence and the gang mentality. I would just much rather be the person I am today than the person I was at my lowest. And that's really what Trip Over Drip is. It's just a rhyme scheme that simplifies and just kind of explains it. Every time I see it and I'm promoting it, it's just an affirmation to myself and the world, bro, that I'd rather be the person I am today than the person I was, but I wouldn't change the person I was. I would just rather trip over drip. I accept the drip. I've healed through the drip. I no longer hold myself accountable in a negative aspect for the drip. The drip is what made me get to trip. It's like a yin yang, as above, so below type thing. I love the person I am today. I love my life. I'm insanely all of the time in an immense amount of gratitude and just feel blessed, and I feel loved from so many humans that I never even met. That is such a crazy experience. I genuinely can feel the love, not the words, none of the vernacular that humans use. And so I guess that's a perfect segue that if you guys want to support the channel, we got Trip Over Drip merch. We got a whole bunch of stuff. tripoverdrip.shop. But I'd rather be the person I am today than the person I was. And I wake up every single day and literally just create content trying to spark something in someone, somewhere, somehow. For them just to love themselves just a little more. And I try to do that through humor, through knowledge, through information, through content, through memes, through questions, through conversation, through life, through love, through laughter and light. Because if I can get your attention once, maybe you'll listen a second time. And if I can get you to listen 2 times, you might listen 3 times. And then hopefully over the course of just listening to me talk and interacting with the people who talk with me, maybe I can just inspire you just a little bit. Maybe I inspire you just a lot. Maybe I'm just this person you don't necessarily ever interact with, but you vibrate towards me. You're attracted to my vibration, and maybe I teach you something about history you didn't know. Maybe I just make you laugh on a day that you really just needed to have some laughter. Maybe I'm just the one person that in one of your low moments, you come across one of my videos and it's telling you to comment something you're grateful for. And then I explain to you how transformative gratitude is in your life. And maybe things change from there. Maybe you just needed maybe you just needed a reminder that you just got to go put your feet on the earth. You got to breathe, homie. You got to eat good and love better in all capacities. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys have literally have no idea how much each and every one of you collectively as well as individually really impact my day to day. Dead ass. Actually right now, you know what I'm saying? We can just go like this. I'm gonna type in !merch. That will give you the link to the Trip Over Drip shop. Don't use it yet. I'm actually gonna give you guys a 25% discount right now, bro. Wait a second. I'll do 25% off your whole order. Wait a second. Wait a second. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it. I love you guys, for real, for real. I'm gonna just put it in the chat on Discord. If you put on the chat on Twitch, I mean, sorry, so that I can copy it here. Just chill. Copy here. Copy here. That's 25% off your whole order. I never actually even really ever done a discount like this, but I just feel the love. To be honest, if I'm being 100% honest with you, straight up, I make like, let's see, let's say for example, I'm just gonna break it down to you. Because I got nothing to hide. Let's say for example, this is in Canada. I may have different shit pulled up right here. Let me refresh it over here. So this is in Canadian money. Let's say I sell the hoodie for $60. Okay. Trip over drip, the Awaken Bear hoodie. It's the one I designed. I sell it for $60 plus $15 shipping. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes the shipping's 30, depending if you live in a small town. So I just charge 15. Sometimes I get a little bit of a profit, a couple bucks. Sometimes I lose some money, but it all just kind of comes back because it's just different for everybody. The hoodie itself cost me $15. The back stencil right here cost me $10. The front stencil cost me only about 50 cents. So collectively, already the hoodie's costing me about $30. And then I have to, and I do take pride in doing this. I'm gonna do this for as long as I possibly can myself. My wife is the one who designs all the designs, bro. She designs them. She's so artistic and creative and just amazing. I'm the one that presses them, sends them, ships them, does all the stuff. So $30 is what I'm making. You know what I'm saying? I'm making about freaking $10 an hour to make the shirt total from start to finish. You know what I'm saying? So 25%, I don't do that a lot just because that just makes it so I'm making like $10, player. But I want my merch everywhere. I don't give a shit. If I make $10, I make $10. If I make no dollars, that's why I be trying to give away free merch. The last week or so has been, if I'm being 100%, I've been going through some changes. My mental has been ups and downs, ups and downs, and ups and downs. So if I owe you free merch, today's Monday. If you've been here for a while, you know sometimes I get in these slumps. You know why this morning I talked about burnout, bros? Because sometimes I feel like I burn out, bro. Sometimes I feel like I just go, grind and don't stop and don't listen to my body. And I'm just got this mission I got to accomplish and this goal I'm trying to achieve and the channels I'm trying to grow, bro. And I just push and go and go. And I'm also a dad to 4 kids, and I'm also a husband, and I'm just a human, and I'm trying to be a brother, and I'm trying to be a friend, and I'm trying to be a son. And I just get in these mental ruts where I get momentum going, and then I just don't listen to my body, bro. So I've really been exercising, bro, just trying to fix some shit. If I know I owe people merch for the free merch that we've given away. It's been a week or two since you may have won them, maybe even 3 weeks, but they're coming, bro. Just know they're coming, bro. I got a whole ass box. I got all the shit I need. I got all the shit I need. I've just been in a rut. But we're gonna be on track. Thank you guys for just loving me and believing me, bro. I just have to be transparent, bro. You know, I just don't want people out there to be like, fuck this dude. He said I want a shirt on his live stream and I haven't gotten it yet. I'm a human too, bro. I've just been grinding, bro. Julia, yours will be out tomorrow. I have yours in a bag. Gotta send to Mexico. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for real. I just know that oh shit, I just exited out of that. I didn't mean to. That's what all my tabs are, bro. No. Yeah, the full moon, bro. The full moon's getting to me or something. You know what I mean? I'm having a little transformation type phase. You know what I'm saying? I'm like feeling it, and I just feel like the best way for me to like change behaviors, if I'm being 100% honest with you, for myself, is to be accountable, bro. And I've just repeatedly found myself in these ruts too, and I found myself the smoothest transition I've been able to have when I've gotten to these ruts is to come up in here on camera and tell people I'm in a rut. As silly as that may sound, it just is like come up on the camera in front of the people that love you and just hold yourself accountable that you've been allowing yourself to just get mentally in a rut. The self-negative talk has just been a little bit more prominent, you know. The doors are opening, and when the doors are opening, there's that voice in here that's just saying that fucking if you try you might fail, and if you fail then you're gonna look stupid, and what are you gonna do when there's a bunch of people that see you and you look stupid? You don't want to look stupid, you know. It's just been piling up, player. And I just want y'all to know that as much as of this safe space that I've potentially created for all of you guys, I want you to know that this is a safe place for me too, bro. This is a safe place for me too. I love what I do because of the community I've created. Simple as that. Because there are times in my life, bro, where I get in these ruts where potentially the statistical numbers on my platforms aren't increasing or staying afloat, and they start to decrease. And it's just like maybe a divine reminder that I just need to be present and grateful for where I'm at today and with what I'm doing. And I hate to say it like this, but it's the best way to, just like Jesus, you know, I just need to tend to my flock. And so I just get in these modes where I'm just like going through these transformative aspects in my life where I feel like I'm transitioning, really just trying to really connect with the humans that I've connected with already and stop this consistent just pressure I put on myself to just grow. And if I'm not growing, that means I'm not succeeding. And if I'm not succeeding, then I'm failing. And if I'm failing, then why am I doing this type shit? You know what I'm saying? And I did have a sort of ego death this weekend. You know? You understand that? I was speaking the language of the universe and the dimension that I traveled to. Cheerio, mate. But on another note, I just really love you guys for real. Like dead ass. Like I hope that you feel it through my energy that how much I love this and doing this and being here and how much I truly am deep within every fiber of my being just so grateful that I'm in the position that I am in. And I would hope that hopefully as long as I'm alive to do this, I can do whatever I can to positively influence as many possible humans. And I guess that I just know that my message resonates with people, and I know that my heart is pure and that I'm following a path that was predestined by God and by myself, that what I was going to do. And you could kind of just see that potentially, maybe, hopefully you can see that people, at least on Facebook, that have a large following like myself of over 500,000 people. I just don't know about a lot of them being the type of individual that's just every day trying to help people, you know? But this is a trippy ass fucking video, bro. Speaking of tripping out, dude. And disclaimer, I love my life so much. I've worked so hard to get where I'm at. I have my wife, I have my kids, I have everything I could ever need. I would never harm myself, never self-exit. I'm not going to relapse. Nothing. I love my life.
No big deal to you, but to me, it's like, this is amazing. I can't even fathom.
Light can't really get through. There's no, you're not going to feel anything. You're not going to smell anything until the surface is literally breached. The locale on that side will equalize with the locale on this side, and then you're good to go. You can kind of see like a glow happening, but again, you're not going to get anything more than that until you touch it. And once you do touch it, the surface is breached. This portal becomes self-sustained for like 2 hours. Are you going to go through it?
I don't know. The shit looks trippy as fuck. You're right. It is trippy. I did have the volume low. I'm sorry, Scruffmeister. I just noticed that. But I just got to rewind this just a little bit before he goes in the portal, bro. There's some things, bro. I don't know. For some reason, I felt like in the beginning of the video, it's all of a sudden like, here's this fucking demon we have wrapped in a bag. We use this energy to freaking open this portal. And then we open the portal. And then I'm watching this, bro. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, fuck, man. I don't know. Because you got to look at lighting. There's a whole bunch of shit you got to pay attention to when you're looking to see if videos are fake or AI. And if your mind is opened at all, bro, come on, dude. We're not talking anything political, bro. We're not talking about anything religious. We're not talking about anything crazy. So can you just not have an open mind? Can you just comment open mind? Or some sort of third eye emote or something? Because it looks pretty weird to me, bro. I be looking at, I'm telling you, this is my job, G. I look at fucking content all day long, pretty much. If I'm not making it, I'm consuming it so that I can make more of it. But we'll just play it again. First things first. Why the fuck is this in a fucking container? Storage container? Seemed weird right off the rip.
Yep, that's it. There she is.
We've gone through plenty of times. This is no big deal to you, but to
Yeah.
me, this is like, this is amazing. I can't even fathom.
Light can't really get through. There's no, you're not going to feel anything. You're not going to smell anything until
Annabelle, is that you? You're right, huh?
the surface is literally breached. The locale on that side will equalize with the locale on this side, and then you're good to go. You can kind of see like a glow happening, but again, you're not going to get anything more than that until.
Like you can literally see, right? On the left side, you can see the light rays, bro. You got to look at light. Lighting is how that AI usually trips up a lot on lighting and like contrast.
You touch it, and once you do touch it, the surface is breached. This portal becomes self-sustained for like 2 hours.
Are you going to go through it?
Weird. This one right there. These specific ones. I don't know, bro. It kind of looks overlaid. Maybe they're fogging out. I don't know. What's up, Opus Oracles? Opus Oracles. First time chatter. What's good? As a content creator, I can look at this stuff and I could understand potentially, at least in a simple manner, how going like this and just walking into another frame could potentially. Now, if he turned around, yeah, the kids would be freaking out. If he turned around and looked at the portal and then there was the forest, that would be pretty difficult to do. It would be pretty difficult to do. And then we are going to watch this.
Well, that new biopic has earned almost $1 billion in a month, and it just...
Hell yeah, what's up, Brianna? We're going to watch this last little clip. It's 12 minutes long, and then we'll just wrap it up for today. You know, I do have my children now because it's summertime, so streams will be a little like they were today, 12:30ish, 11:30ish, just because I'm really trying to get my kids healthy too. I take them to the pool, you know what I mean? We wake up, get some breakfast, we go hit the gym, I take them to the pool, and then I'll come out and get on the live streams. You know what I mean? Beforehand, I was going live stream first thing in the morning because I'd be here by myself, you know what I mean? I'll be here by myself, but now I got my kids here and shit. So let's get into this.
kind of lobs off what happened after 1987. They had signed a bunch of non-disclosure agreements with his accusers, which barred not only the accuser from speaking, but the Michael Jackson estate.
I just covered this same type thing with Kanika.
There was a search warrant for his home. They went into his home and in a locked box in his bedroom found 2 books from the NAMBLA.
Oh my God.
Those are facts that are really tough to deal with.
You've been doing a deep dive on Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that new biopic has earned almost $1 billion in a month.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's
What
a
biopic?
huge movie out right now called Michael, and it's been put out by the Jackson estate. And it stars his nephew, Jafar Jackson, the son of Jermaine, Michael's older brother, as Michael, and he's amazing. He looks just like him, only better looking. And he's got the dance moves, and he practiced the voice, and he sounds just like him, and there's a familial connection, so it sells, mannerisms and so on. They're there in a subtle way. And all it does is chronicle the rise of Michael Jackson from childhood to 1987, which is 6 years before the first child molestation scandal. So it's sort of clean. You can enjoy this great American success story the way you could enjoy a story about Steve Jobs or, Bob Dylan. And it just kind of lobs off what happened after 1987, which would include multiple people accusing him of child molestation. They did it for a reason. They originally had a piece on the end of it that addressed the scandal and tried to dismiss it. But
before we continue, I'd just like to know who loved Michael Jackson, bro. My young kids know a lot of Michael Jackson, dude. Michael Jackson is the shit, bro. The king of pop player. The more and more I look into the things I'm looking into, bro, I'll just put it this way. Michael Jackson got Monica Lewinsky'd. Allegedly, what I believe. Is I believe that potentially he was trying to save these kids, and they used this pedophilic scandal to try and discredit him so nobody would listen to him talking about kids were being hurt. That's definitely what I feel was the real thing that happened. If you agree, please just let me know you agree. And so this, you know, it just, he got Monica Lewinsky, bro.
Then somebody called to their attention that they had signed a bunch of non-disclosure agreements, mutual non-disclosure agreements with his accusers, which barred not only the accuser from speaking, but the Michael Jackson estate.
Holy shit, I just covered this same type thing with Kanakuk. Did you hear about Kanakuk,
No.
the big Christian camp?
No.
Who knows about Kanakuk? Does anyone know about Camp Kanakuk? Can you please explain to me what Camp Kanakuk is, and then the scandals that have been happening regarding sexual abuse?
Sure. Camp Kanakuk, also known as Kanakuk Camps, is a network of Christian summer camps for children and teens ages 6 to 18. It started in Branson, Missouri, back in 1926, and has grown to become one of the largest Christian sports camps, hosting thousands of families and kids over the years. Unfortunately, the camp has also been at the center of serious allegations and legal actions related to sexual abuse. Reports indicate that, over decades, multiple staff members, including a former staffer named Pete Newman, were found to have abused children at the camp. Survivors and advocates have accused camp leadership of failing to protect campers and of using non-disclosure agreements that prevent survivors from speaking openly. There are ongoing calls for transparency, independent investigations, and support for victims. These are serious issues, and if you or someone you know has been affected, I encourage reaching out to trusted professionals like counselors, victim support services, or legal advisors who can help navigate the situation.
Can you possibly just tell me all of the celebrities or known celebrities that would be known by the masses that have went to this camp?
I looked for information on well-known celebrities who have attended Kanakuk camps. There isn't a definitive list of famous alumni, but I found that the camp has had endorsements and involvement from notable figures over time. For example, Frank Borman, the Apollo 8 commander, mentioned his grandson's involvement with the camp. Gary Smalley, a well-known author and speaker on family relationships, spoke about his children attending. Bill Cosby and John Tesh both shared positive comments about the camp's influence. Additionally, Shanika Rattanasim, who was Miss Teen Cities of America in 1995, described the camp as her second home. These are endorsements rather than a list of celebrity alumni, so it's difficult to say who attended as campers versus who supported the camp.
But Paris Hilton went, didn't she?
I couldn't find any credible sources that list Paris Hilton as having attended Camp Kanakuk.
That's what Camp Kanakuk is. Sean Ryan, actually, if you type in Sean Ryan, which is this guy right here, okay, that's interviewing Megyn Kelly, he has a whole episode on Camp Kanakuk. You should go watch it. It's the largest Christian summer camp there is in the country. And there's been allegations of them sexually abusing kids for decades. And no one's ever heard of it because, just like Perplexity said, all of the victims were forced to sign NDAs saying that they could never speak out about it.
Well, they're pretty much done now. But yeah, there was a bunch of sexual abuse, like really bad shit, like
At a kids camp?
reading scripture over kids while they're molesting them. Like,
let's just run that back one more time.
But yeah, there was a bunch of sexual abuse, like really bad shit, like
At a kids camp?
reading scripture over kids while they're molesting them, like all that kind of stuff. So, and then they would settle with the kid's parents, and the kid could never talk about it again. So we blew the doors off in here with Elizabeth Phillips, whose brother committed suicide because he signed one of those
Oh gosh.
NDAs.
If you want to find a pedophile, go where children are.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is that they're always, it's never like this, cloak wearing dirty guy in the park. It's somebody who looks pretty good. It is usually very good with kids.
No record.
Right? Totally likable, warm, the one you'd least suspect. And they will always be in a field where they have access to children, whether it's, forgive me, Boy Scout leaders now just like so tired and worn, but it's true. It's why a lot of them went there, into the Cub Scout leadership ranks. Churches, of course, not great.
I appreciate you, Brittany. Thank you.
Schools also. As I told the story, but like when my my one son was going off for like his 4th grade field trip, all the other moms were like, "Have a great time, honey." They were spending a couple nights overnight with teachers. And I was like, look out for the molesters.
Oh, man.
Looks back at me, and I was like, it'll be someone you trust.
Oh, my gosh. I think that, I mean, that's a good, I don't think many people think like that. You know, I've done a bunch of these now because that's the thing that I'm most passionate about, because I think you could have a real impact there, unlike politics. And
you don't have to believe everything she says, Scotty. There's gold in all of it. Just like if, I'm reading a Bible and then I'm going to read the Torah and then I'm going to read the Bhagavad Gita. Wait, where is it? Oh, yeah. I also bought the Bhagavad Gita. Like, I'm just saying, I'm really trying to expand my knowledge about all the stuff that I'm interested in. And I don't necessarily resonate with the Hindu religion, and I don't necessarily resonate with the Jewish religion. I don't really necessarily resonate with everything Megyn Kelly says or Sean Ryan, at that matter, but we have to get to a place where we can just listen to the information and analyze it what it is as it is. I do disagree with some of these things like you had mentioned, Scott. I do agree that what she said she shouldn't have said, that because they were 13 to 17-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? It's wrong either way and all around. I completely agree with you. I completely 100% agree with you.
Everybody always gets mad at the institution that we're talking about, the church in that particular instance, the Christian camp, and they don't, it's like, tear it down, and it's like, yeah, let's tear it down, but most of these people have not been caught, and they're just going to flood into the next thing.
Yeah.
Whether that's a daycare or gymnastics or cheerleading camp or Boy Scouts or whatever it is. A doctor, pediatrician.
A spokesman for a Subway company, Subway sandwiches. I know, like, that Jared is one of the most perverted people I've ever actually covered. I mean, we interviewed the woman who worked with the FBI to get him on.
My love and heart goes out to you, Brianna. You're a strong individual, a strong mofo.
Tape. Remember the Jared, the Subway guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she got him on tape talking about how to groom her own children for him. She wasn't really going to give him her children. She was working with...
People can grow. That's all I have to say, right? People can grow, and if you want to have the compassion from others while you grow and change, you have to have compassion for other people while they grow and change. That's why you can't really hate someone based off of their opinion, because their opinion possibly could be just based off of incorrect or not enough information. And that human, does that make them a bad person if their opinion was one thing at one point and over time they gathered more information and their opinion changed? No, especially not if they come to you and say, hey, I was wrong, my opinion's changed. I'm sorry that I was defensive and angry and whatever it may be. My opinion is different. That's that's growth, player, isn't it?
Right. But and this is how they do it. Like, talk dirty to them, like raise inappropriate subject matters with them so that it will be less jarring when I do it.
You know what's... let me ask you this, bro, because if y'all are like the same age as me, been around the earth roughly, or maybe a little bit younger, a little bit older than 38 rotations around the sun, then there was a period of time, bro, in my life, dude, when I was a kid, where like the teenage girls I would know that would have like these 25-year-old boyfriends, and like all of us knew that they were like 25 and shit. And they like try to hang out with us and shit. Does anybody remember a period of time like that? I don't know. It was weird, bro. It would be weird to like be hanging out with like my homies and these girls, and then there would be like a fucking 26-year-old dude because he's like dating this 16-year-old girl that I went to high school with. That was like one of my, my associates in school. I was 16 and in high school at the same time. It's kind of crazy, bro.
I get there. This is how they do it. So this is why, all these leftist, submissions to our children's libraries really do matter in trying to take the guard down on discussing anal sex. Like, it's a no.
Yeah.
Like, what are you priming them for? But the Michael Jackson case is very, very compelling because he's one of our greatest stars. We all feel extremely proud of him. Literally everybody who's accused him has had their hand out. So it really complicates it. Like, is this about money or is this about justice or something terrible that was done? Most of them have grifter parents. So you're like, I mean, I think that's why the one criminal case that was brought against him in 2005, he was acquitted because the mother of the boy was awful and took the stand and nobody liked her. In 1993, the first case that came out against him, the mother was upset to find out her.
I agree, Brianna. You're a freaking strong ass person. Thank you for being open and honest about vulnerabilities and trauma. Really, that's one of the main ways that people can heal is to speak about it. Because we've been trained and programmed to not speak about it, because when we speak about it, we're worried if people are going to think that we're weak. And that is not the case. True strength comes with accountability and the confidence and courage that to have a place and a space where you can say things that you need to get off of your chest. We love you. Team Human is about growth for all.
Son had slept in the same bed as Michael Jackson. She was in another room. But suddenly...
Yeah, Scott, we appreciate you so much for you being up in the chat, homie. I appreciate you so much, bro.
I felt a lot better about it when Michael bought her a Cartier bracelet. So that's how these cases have gone. And it's left people with enough room to say, I don't know. Like,
we love you, Brianna. We got your back, homie.
I love him and I love the music and I want to celebrate him as an American icon. And these people seem griftery versus like the cold hard facts, which include, as I just learned through a Quillette article, I interviewed the guy who wrote it. When they raided Michael Jackson's home in 1993 in connection with the first allegation brought against him that did not result in criminal charges because the family took a $20 million settlement and went away and wouldn't cooperate with the cops. But in that case, there was a search warrant for his home. They went into his home and in a locked box in his bedroom found 2 pedophile books from the NAMBLA, the North American Man-Boy Love Association.
My God.
It's another word for pedophiles. And they were full of naked pictures of boys, like really graphic naked pictures of boys. That's what Michael Jackson had in his own bedroom in a locked file. There's no one who's not a pedophile who has that. And one of them had his own handwriting in it, saying something to the effect of, what could be more joyful than these beautiful boys?
Oh my God.
So there's no question he knew it was there. He had handled it. He had looked at it. And then there was another boy whose fingerprints were found in Michael Jackson's room.
I think it could be planted as well. Bro, come on, dude. How long ago was that? Charlie Kirk, bro. Just think about it, dude. About planted evidence or fabricated narratives. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk's Charlie Kirk. And that one case in itself has to have you question potentially the narrative change in any case. The Luigi Mangione case, bro. I mean, they got a video of him shooting him, but... You know what I'm saying?
On a barely legal Hustler magazine. And they found the boys, at least 2 boys' fingerprints on it. So at a minimum, proves he was showing porn to boys in his room. Anyway, those are facts that are really tough to deal with.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's
Has
Michael
any
Jackson.
of the victims come out? Have any of the victims come out?
Multiple, but everyone is compromised. For example, the 2 that were featured in the Leaving Neverland documentary that came out in 2019 about him. You know, because he had what happened was there was the kid in 93 who took a $20 million settlement and went away. There was the kid in 2005 who did wind up in front of the cops, though that wasn't the first move.
Yeah, see, I don't really know, bro. To be honest, I think that, you know, if I could just bring you in close, player. JFK was assassinated, right? And think about how long it took for people to get the actual truth. Now, do I believe what she's saying is true? No, I have no idea. I don't know. What I feel is that there is a lot more to this Michael Jackson story that will ever come out. I mean, there are people out there that think that they've seen Michael Jackson alive in like Brazil. You know what I'm saying? So like you could just never really know, dude. Just no, bro. Fuck. Fuck. You just don't know, bro. You just don't fucking know, bro.
Beneath the mansion, has just discovered blueprints for a new...
You just don't know, and the internet's so fucking crazy, huh? You guys want to see what I'm looking at? I'm just trying to see something. Look at this. Cymatics, bro. We're just gonna look at some fucking cymatics. You guys know what cymatics is? Come on, it's the vibrations, bro. It's fucking sacred geometry, dude. It's like in fucking all the temples and shit and churches of the ancient past are cymatic patterns all over these churches and buildings. Nice little segue into cymatskis. Look at this, bro. This is soapy water, bro, with a light on top of it, on top of a speaker, bro. Look at the soap. Look at that shit, bro. Just freaking changing shapes. What about this stuff? Cymatics are sick, dude. Can't show the music, bro. I don't want to get copyrighted, bro. Crazy, huh, dude? Crazy, huh, dude? All right, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow, bro. I will see y'all tomorrow, bro. I love you guys. I'm outie McGouty, dude. I'm outie McGouty. If you can, I'll... Oh, wait. Before we go. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. If you're not in the Discord, come get in the Discord. Let me drop the Discord in the chat. I always drop it in Twitch first because it's just easier for me to fucking copy it right there. Just come over here in the Discord. No way. No way, dude. Oh, yeah. Wait, no. I got a code. Just a second. I got a code, 25% off all merch. I'm gonna drop it also in the Discord if you don't get it here. I dropped a code today. If you just go to tripoverdrip.shop and where did the code go? Where's that code at? I had a discount code already. It didn't save it? That's insane. How did that not work? Dang, it didn't work for some reason. No wonder. No wonder. We're gonna do it like this. Okay, let me get the code. Let me get the code for you. I'm dropping it right now. 25% off your order. tripoverdrip.shop. Nope, that's not it. Let me come back right here. There it is. Boom. There it is. Boom. tripoverdrip.shop. 25% off your order, player. I'll also drop it in the Discord. I love you guys. Peace out. Let's get some balloons. Oh. See you later, dude.